Hello everyone, welcome on back to Pallegney. Alright, so first things first, we have a massive load of, well, a bunch of eggs, cheese, one pallet of jar of mustard, and whatever we had for canola oil, which there's still more to be spawned. You can see what the jar of mustard looks like. It looks about how you'd expect it to look. How much is left in here? I think it's over here. I gotta go, maybe? Oh, okay. There's 4,000 liters left to be ran through. Those might be done today. I do need to take the money out. Like I said, it for some reason says we own this production, but we don't, so... yeah, I kind of just charge myself some money. Because I'm pretty sure it's an issue with the rent production mod that when you like update the map, it says that you own it then. I'm pretty sure I had the same issue in FS22, so I think it's just something with how that mod operates that it must just glitch out when you do that. Kind of, well, what I'm assuming at least. So I'm gonna sell everything at the Kokai Express. A lot of it is honestly better at the train station, but as far as I know, the train doesn't have a flatbed on it. Maybe there's another way. I mean, obviously, if there is an actual way to put it on the train, let me know, but trying to get everything right in the trigger. This should be a lot of money, well over $200,000. $223,000. Oh ho! Not too bad, not too bad. The tortillas have all been ran through. All of the corn flour is done. A negative that I have just come across, though, is since I kind of placed it on top of another placeable, and in a sense, it's a placeable, the pallets won't spawn. So I'm gonna have to take a hit, like a 20% hit, I'm pretty sure, and have it auto sell when the price is a little bit better. Yeah, it's kind of rough. It's rough. More than likely, what I'll end up doing is once I do sell all the products, I'm gonna end up placing it over here by the chicken barn and getting rid of that one. Obviously, that's gonna cost some money, but more than likely for the amount that's gonna like be net negative, we're gonna make back in not having to auto sell it. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, at least. I do need to get this moved, at least off the field. We do actually have a sorghum field to do today. I did not know that it would be ready. I thought it was another month afterwards. But I was wrong, and I'm not going to complain. I'm thinking we'll probably do soybeans in these 3 fields. Something, oh. I hit both the buttons at the same time. So, I think soybeans will be a good one. Plus, by the time it's ready, it'll be about the high price. So we'll be able to sell it at the higher price. So, I'm not quite sure what we'll end up spending all of our money on, though. $515,000 is a lot of money. Maybe a field, maybe. Obviously, those are going to be, what, $150,000, $200,000? They're not actually that expensive, really. Compared to how much money I have right now, it's not that much money. I'm trying to think here. I don't think our tractor would make sense, really, honestly. I think we're doing pretty good at what tedder we have and what, like, windrow, baler. I think we're doing pretty good in that front. And we have a lot more money coming, too, because there's like $100 and some thousand in the corn tortillas. Obviously, we're not going to quite be as high as it says. I think it says like $140,000. It's not going to be that. Obviously, with it auto selling. It's not really my fault, but I also should have knew when I placed it on top of another placeable, basically, it was probably going to have an issue. So, it was my fault. I shouldn't have did it, but I also didn't know it wouldn't spawn. I can show you, actually, real quick. So you can see the building is placed on top of this. And this is a very big section in here. It's literally like this whole ground floor, the bunkers. It's a lot. All of this ground in here, it's basically half the farm. So I can't sell it. So more likely I'll end up having to sell that because you can see just right through the crack. That's where the spawn point is. I'm sure somewhere near, maybe you can see the other part of it, but it's underneath that, so it's not gonna spawn. I could potentially try to move the whole thing, but then I'm gonna worry about it not letting me put products in. But I could buy a little bit more and just top it off, basically. I'm not against having a little bit more. What is in there? There's a little bit of liquid fertilizer in there now. So we can buy 2,000 liters of seeds. And we'll buy like 2,000 liters of liquid fertilizer. This should fill it basically all the way up. Probably not. Yeah, it probably would fill up the seeds. Really, all of these 3 fields won't take very long to plant. Having seen the width of this drill, it does not take long to get the whole thing done. We'll get it lowered and turned on. Yeah, it's like basically 1 lap around, the whole thing's gonna be planted. I can't complain. I mean, that's convenient. The first time I'll be planting these small fields with this drill. I think mustard would have got planted by a seeder. So I would have rented something. Said this, I think probably sorghum would have been the first crop that we'd put in with it. It's been a little bit since we bought it. But the mustard is like a 9-month growth time. So, well, I think I'll just go ahead and we can start with time lapse. We can get all these, probably all 3 of these fields finished nice and quickly. So I'll text everyone once the time lapse is done.
I've been painting every fence I know. Every color bleeds into the same. 'Cause before you go and walk away, yeah, you better know where you're going. Hey, yeah, yeah. You're a wanderer just like me. Hey, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you better know where you're going.
Alright, so we're just about done here. I don't think we missed anything. Any small bits or pieces? I certainly don't see any. Obviously, this will be the tell of that. That corner, some corners. It's gonna be really tough to get every bit in that field. I did plant a little bit in that neighbor's field there. Hopefully they don't mind. Yeah, there's a little bit there, but it's not too bad considering the size of the drill is probably a little bit big, especially for these smaller fields. You're not gonna get very far with it, especially on like the corners and stuff. You're basically constantly turning and backing up, trying to get every little bit, and for the most part, I think we got most of it. 99% of it. At the end of the day, that little bit probably won't matter too much. Alright, so I'll have to grab the trailer with the Veltra. We get that over here. More than likely, I'll fill up that chicken barn once I'm done as well. Curious on the shorter contracts in here. Nothing that I would want to have a worker do. Because, well, it's not $600, but still it's $1,500. I don't have to worry about the reduced price, but this weeding isn't too added. Would take, what, 26 minutes, it says? Which I feel like it wouldn't take that long, considering what weeder that is. I will actually do that one. A little bit of extra money, but probably just have a worker do it. I always look at the contracts. I don't really do that many of them. Unless we're struggling. We're not, we're sitting with our $500,000 right now. Plus, I think we have a couple of other things that might be sold this winter still. I think it's up here. It is. It's way at the top of the map. How do I get there? We're just gonna start driving. I think I gotta go past the tracks. I'm stuck right now. I gotta go past the train tracks, and then I probably take a left up there. And I think we gotta take a left here. That's what it looked like according to the map. It's pretty tight. That's what it'll look like. You gotta take dirt roads the rest of the way. I think we might have did a contract in one of these fields. Like a hoeing contract or something at one point. Maybe this one? Yeah, maybe. It was somewhere back here. And we probably gotta take a right here. Head up that way. Like I said, I don't think that road has another crossing around the river, or over the river. Honestly, for how far out this is, I don't know if it's the best thing to do, but you don't see another crossing down there. Yeah, I think this would have been the only way to get up here is through the back roads. Yeah, I ain't complaining. It's good to see the scenery. Is that? That's corn. Okay. I almost thought it was sugarcane for a second. Didn't quite look like corn, but it is. The strips are fairly long, which isn't really a bad thing, because they'll be able to do a lot of it, back and forth. And this is a fairly wide weeder. It says it'll take a half hour. I think that's at normal speed. So, or 25 minutes, I think it said. Alright, let's get this started over here. I kind of delayed it a little bit. That's just kind of how the worker is, but so yeah, this will definitely yield very, very well here. Obviously, sorghum yields quite well for the amount. I know getting around one lap might be a little tough. I like to do 2 laps for this field. Just personally. Helps with turning around at this wall. See, we're already almost 20% full. We're only a strip in, so it's tough to go around a full lap. I honestly don't think you can. I don't know if we did last time. Yeah. Maybe I want to back this trailer up a little bit more. Try to get a little bit closer. Maybe that'll be a little bit better, so we at least hopefully get to it. But I want to say it was like 90-some% full when we got to it, like last time we did harvest in here. A little bit since we did the harvest last time, like 5 months probably. Well, I think I'll probably just go ahead and start the time lapse for this, so I'll text everyone once the time lapse is done.
I've been painting every fence I know, every color pleasing to the same. 'Cause before you go and walk away, yeah, you better know where you're going. You're a wanderer just like me. Yeah, you better know where you're going. You're a wanderer just like me. Yeah, you better know where you're going.
Alright, so we're on the last strip here for the sorghum. Get this all put into the trailer then and get it, well, mostly emptied into the chickens, as much as they'll take at least. I saw that contract literally just finished too. It didn't take as long as it said it would, which is nice. But I don't know, maybe it actually meant like based off my time speed, I don't know. On how long it would take. Because it said 26 minutes, I think it was. So maybe that's based off my time speed. It really didn't take that long. Took basically the length of this harvest. It wasn't really that long. I'll just quickly get that collected. Almost 6 grand. This is a pretty full trailer. Over 70%. Over 30,000 liters of sorghum from this field. We really don't need to do this much sorghum in here. Because I think we already have 45,000 liters or something like that in the silo. We don't need to do this much. At this point, it's not needed. We can probably skip. You know, we can skip it once. Do something else. Maybe I do. Maybe I will. Yeah, maybe I'll put soybeans or something. That would line up pretty good. Yeah, heck, almost, yeah, it'd be like 60,000 liters in there, wouldn't I? Of just sorghum, and I don't really need it. I don't need that much. I kind of overestimated how much the 700 chicken pen would end up needing. Which I'd rather be you know, have too much than not enough. Yeah, it should be like 60,000 liters or something. 63, almost 64,000 liters of sorghum in there now. I think I can take like a harvest off from it. I think I'll be all right. Plus, yeah, we have some barley in there too. So there's what 75,000 liters of products that the chickens could eat. So I think they'll be all right for a while. I might get a couple more bales in there for them off camera, but anyways, that is everything for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.